Happy Monday, episode 2 of my morning grind. Every morning I come in, I go through BizBuySell, some of the other listing websites to see what new business listings came up either yesterday evening or over the weekend. So today we're going to take a look. I got a request last week to look in St. Louis, Missouri. So we'll see what we can find. Okay, St. Louis, Missouri, all industries. Let's see what we can see. FedEx routes are really popular. It's not my thing. I'm not sure how to even look into these deals, but there are definitely pros out there who specialize. So I don't typically look at restaurants. Restaurants are a unique animal. You know, if you are experienced in restaurants, you want to buy a restaurant, then I think that's great. But a lot of people who are new to buying a business that have never owned a restaurant before, restaurants are super risky. I don't know the restaurant space myself that well. So again, there are pros out there who specialize in restaurants. So stucco and masonry, I like home service businesses. I like construction businesses. Asking price is $1 million with a cash flow of 273. So I mean, we're already looking at almost 4 times. So it's pretty high. If someone was specifically looking for a stucco and masonry business, I would probably look into it, but that multiple is just really high. Lawn care business, but it's going to be too small for an SBA loan. Thriving outdoor equipment company for sale. Well, I mean, let's take a look. Got some feedback that I should show my math. I couldn't figure out a way to make the calculator look nice or for it to even make sense. I built this little tool. Helps me go faster. So let's see, asking price of this is $2,430,000. Total sales, $6,695,621. EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization, we don't have. Cash flow or SDE, 609. So we'll consider this to be the EBITDA also. EBITDA is lower than SDE, but if we don't have it, we can make them the same. All right. So let's see. Let's learn a little bit about the business. Outdoor equipment company that specializes in a wide range of essential equipment from mowers, snow equipment, aerators, spreaders, seeders. Revenues above 6.5 million. Yeah, profit over 600, telling us what we know. High inventory, $500,000 in inventory. Equipment assets of 150,000. Management in place. So, that's going to be important for us. It is SBA pre-approved. That's really important. That means that they've had an SBA lender look at this business. They've looked at the financials. So as long as you qualify, then this deal will have no problem getting some SBA funding for it. Diverse product line. Yeah, residential and commercial customers. It's great. More about the financials, more about the management, fully operational, season management. Okay. So we're kind of just a little redundant here. Option to purchase or lease real estate. Interesting. Okay, so there could be real estate in the deal. So it's not going to be included in these numbers, but real estate is available for some creative financing. Some people like to bring in an investor to buy the real estate that they'll lease it back from, and they'll use that to, bundle the whole deal together and get the deal done. Okay, so let's take a look at the math. All right, so over here on this other screen, we've got the asking price, 2.4 million, total sales, 6.69. Usually we want to see profit margins of at least 20%. 20% is like perfect. Over 20% is even better. With retail, it can be a little bit different. When you're maintaining inventory, you're selling, there's not a ton of margin in these things. So, really, if a business is between 10 and 20%, I should make a third column here, make that yellow. 10 to 20% could be yellow. Under 10% is a problem. Over 20% is great. So right now we're sitting at 9.1%. So under 10%, not great. There's some room for improvement, but the nice thing is there is cash flow. So there is some resource there that you can use, whether it's, adjusting your pricing, running more sales, getting more deals, cutting some overhead. There's opportunities. This valuation multiple is at the top of the range. 4 times SDE is the top of the range, but it is warranted when you have an absentee owner situation. So when you have a business is just running on its own, then that's where you get that 4 times multiple. And it sounds like that's the case here. 20 full-time employees. The seller is active, but with 16 full-time, 4 part-time management in place, then I wonder what the seller is doing. That's something I'd want to learn about. Okay, debt coverage ratio. So the down payment amount is going to be 10%, as it said in the listing. It's SBA pre-qualified, $243,000 down. So your loan amount will be here. 2187. And we'll do that over 10%. SBA loans are over 10 years, unless real estate makes up 51%, then it could be over 25 years. But for this one, we're going to do it without the real estate. So we're looking at $28,900 per month. Pop this back in here. Okay. So most lenders look for a debt service coverage ratio. The debt service coverage ratio is how much you have in monthly profit left over after you pay your loan payment. So the loan payment amount is $28,000, almost $29,000 a month. Your monthly cash flow is $50,000, a little over $50,000. Debt coverage ratio 1.76. So like I said, banks look for a debt coverage ratio of 1.5 or more. Some have special rules. The SBA says 1.15. Some banks will go 1.25. But by and large, most of your conservative lenders are looking for 1.5 or better. This is 1.76, which is why they pre-qualified it. That's why the SBA lender said that this was good to go. After you put your down payment of $243,000 and you earn your profit of $609 in the first year, you're looking at 250%. So you're looking at 2.5 times your money. So after you put the down payment of $243,000 and earn your first year's profit of $609, you're looking at 2.5 times your money in the first year. That is the year one cash on cash return on your investment. I like it. This is a good one. This is a good business. A couple things I want to look at. I mean, you still got to talk to the seller, talk to the broker, site visits, look at inventory, all that stuff. But this is one that's worth looking into. Paid social advertising outreach, 100% retainer contracts, 1.6 million. Marketing businesses are cool for a lot of reasons. I mean, some people are looking for like your boring businesses like car washes and laundromats. I like businesses that are web-based or could be web-based, that you can have remote staff. There's just a ton of margin there. It's riskier, but that's the whole point of buying an established business. So we're looking at a paid social advertising outreach, 100% customer retainer contracts in St. Louis, Missouri. Asking price is 1.6 million. Gross revenue, total sales is $2,342,458. So we don't have cash flow on this one. We don't have the SDE, but we do have the EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, 491,956. And SDE is always higher than EBITDA because it includes the owner's compensation. This agency is a leading player in the field of lead generation, specializing in paid social advertising, strategic cold outreach with an impressive track record. They're renowned for their unmatched expertise in LinkedIn marketing. I might buy this one. Their team excels in crafting tailored strategies that empower businesses to connect with their target audience, achieve sustainable growth. By leveraging paid social channels and strategic outreach, the agency delivers premium leads and sales opportunities, helping clients achieve exceptional results. They stand out as a trusted partner for businesses aiming to maximize their ROI and build a prosperous future in the digital landscape. 12-year history in the industry. Seller feels like he's reached his personal limit and how he can grow, looking for a buyer who understands the business worth, taking it to the next level. 16 employees. So the agency, it looks like it operates physically, 2 locations, St. Louis and York. Oh, St. Louis division does work remotely. Great. Okay. Weekly gatherings at a co-working space. That's cool. The agency competes with several agencies in different segments. All right. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of competition for marketing, for advertising, but why start when you can buy and then build? They didn't get it SBA pre-qualified. That's okay. Sometimes if the business is the right deal, it'll still qualify. So, $160,000 down, 10% for SBA loans. You're looking at a loan for $1.4 million over 10 years. That's a roughly 10% interest. So your loan payment will be $19,000 a month. Asking price $1.6 million. Total sales $2.3 million. The EBITDA, so not the seller's discretionary earnings, but the net profit before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortizations, $471,000. Net profit over 20%. So, the last review, I had this little green for anything over 20%. It is just over 20%. So that's great. Good margins for the number of employees, although maybe on the low side for an agency. I don't know, maybe some opportunity to increase prices or, add new services that are higher margin services. So a lot to look into there. They do a lot of different things in this lead gen space, but it seems like they're focused on LinkedIn. So maybe some niching opportunity. The valuation multiple is 3.4, a little high. I think something like this, if the seller is involved, extensively, which we don't know, maybe coming in and offering a little bit less, but all in all, 2.5 to 3 times, remote workforce, ability to scale. I could see paying 3 times. I think that makes sense. So it's not something that would scare me away. It's within the range. Let's put it that way. The bank is going to love it. Debt service coverage ratio is 2 times. As long as the bank that you're talking to feels comfortable with a web-based business, having these retainer contracts in place should help. You're looking at 3 times, 3xing your money in the first year. So you put $160,000 down. You have this, the EBITDA, 471,000. So about 3 times cash on cash return in the first year. I joke that I'd buy this. I would buy this. This is a good business. I don't know if I'd buy it, but I would definitely look into it. I'd reach out to the broker, sign the NDA, get more information because this looks cool. And it's probably gonna get a lot of attention. I haven't looked at a lot in St. Louis, but there are a lot of really interesting businesses, a lot of diverse businesses in St. Louis. Legal services, that's cool. It's interesting. More FedEx, a lot of FedEx routes for sale in St. Louis. All right. Well, I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to get back at it. This has been episode 2, take 2 of the morning grind. If you want me to look at businesses in your area, drop a comment. Let me know where you want me to search. I'll pick them at random and see what we can find.